Everybody's perception of being a footballer is that you've made it. You're a superstar. Football produces some magical highs, but it also produces some really, really dark lows.
As a footballer, I've experienced all the ups and downs of the game. There's one taboo no one wants to talk about: mental illness.
When you get to a stage where you don't want to be here anymore, you know, to the point of wanting to take my life.
I'm going to investigate the dark side of the beautiful game, to find out why some players are close to mental breakdown.
It comes to a stage, in the case of Robert, where the thought of killing yourself takes over and you can't get it out of your mind.
Gary Speeders died at the age of 42.
A huge regret that I didn't get him to one side and say, you know, is everything all right? We miss him, you know, we miss him.
I'll meet the footballers who suffered in silence.
I had everything, you know, money, cars, houses, and everything had gone.
And find out if the game is hiding an ugly truth.
To be perfectly honest, I'm not comfortable talking about it, not because I don't want to, because I don't know enough about it.
What I discover will make me confront my own past.
I'm going to take all these pills and kill myself, because I am now of no use to anyone.
My name is Clarke Carlisle. I've been playing professional football for 17 years. I've played across all divisions, won trophies, and competed against the best players in the Premier League.
There's my England under-21s top. FA Cup, 4th round at Loftus Road. Here's my memory lane.
As well as playing full-time for Northampton Town, I'm the chairman of the Footballers Union, the PFA.
In my experience, the best teams and the most successful teams are the ones that have every worker pulling in the same direction.
I'm here to give players support if they need it.
Don't ever hesitate to text me or call me. This is the most euphoric moment of my career. Promotion to the Premier League. The final whistle there was just unreal. Unreal.
What no one knew at the time is that despite my footballing success, I was suffering from major depressive disorder.
It's so hard to describe how illogical your thoughts are when you're in depression. It's madness. I feel my body shutting down. I don't just mean I'm tired. It feels like my brain is closing. I don't want to get out of bed because I don't want to face that day, and I don't want to have to think or process anything. You just don't want to face anyone.
My depression was so severe that it led me to try and take my own life at the age of just 21. I kept it a secret, but I'm not the only one who has battled with mental illness, on and off the pitch. At 20 years old, I signed to Queen's Park Rangers for £250,000. I felt like I'd made it. Playing in front of thousands of fans every week.
When you step out of the tunnel and the stadium goes, wow. It's an awesome moment. Roar of expectation, of support, of love for you and your team, and it's magical.
In football, you're only one tackle away from losing everything. In 2001, I was stretchered off the pitch and ended up at this London hospital.
The worst injury in my career, and probably the precursor to the majority of my mental health issues. It was a game at Loftus Road, QPR against Fulham.
That's going to be a free kick.
And I went to clear the ball and Rufus Brevitt was coming the other way, and And he got to the ball first, and we just like swung our legs together and landed in a heap on the floor. And then he got up and ran away, and I didn't.
Clarke and Carlisle certainly feeling the full force of that.
And I knew there was something wrong, but I don't think that I understood the severity of it.
A lot of pain is Clarke Carlisle.
I'd ruptured my ACL, I popped the TS, wrenched the hamstring, the biceps fem off, iliotibial band, had dislodged the nerve. It was a mess.
So a worrying moment for QPR.
The real shock came for me when post-op, coming round from the operation, might not be able to walk without a stick again. I could not get my head around that. My career was just starting, so to just have it side down, I couldn't and didn't want to think about that.
Clarke Carlisle looks like that's the end of his game.
And I think that's where my inability to control what was going on upstairs began.
Whilst recovering from my knee injury, I was unable to play for nearly 2 years.
I was trying to process the fact that I might never play again, and I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't, because at that time, football was me. I was Clarke the footballer. In the fact that that was taken away, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. You know, I couldn't see the reason for anyone to be proud of me, at least not my family. I'd already made my mind up about what I was going to do. When I was here and I saw the park and there was no one there, and I thought, I'm going to take all these pills and kill myself, because I am now of no use to anyone. Because now, without football, they're going to see me for what I really am. And that was nothing. I sat on the bench, popped pills, and waited for it to happen. It's horrible being here. Sometimes you can go back to points in your life and when something negative happens and you know that you've learned from it and you know that you've grown and you know that you learn life's lessons from it. I can't stand being here because of all that you know, what's a fucking idiot. There's certain things you don't appreciate at a time, and you know, my wife and my children. It's so horrible that something can come over you that makes you lose sight of these things in your life. You know, even now I feel so ashamed.
Luckily, I was found by my girlfriend and rushed to hospital in time. I have a very strong body. I do all the work to make it strong, yet it can still break down. And my mind is exactly the same. Because I have an incredibly strong mind. But that mind can get ill or break down. Depression, in my opinion, is a mental injury that needs diagnosing, treating, and then you're back on track again.